talking about keeping the bookings close, and we just did the whole 3 months. Next thing I want to do is, how do we keep those bookings close? How do I keep them in the front of June, not at the end of June? How am I getting bookings through the entire month? Okay, so yes, going into May, this is what my booking calendar is going to look like. It's one of these little flip charts. You know, we can get them on Business Supply. I'm currently using, I really stink at getting this thing where you can see it. I'm currently using the files for the 12 weeks of summer. I posted them the other week on our page. There are in the, I think both in the files and the pictures are for sure in the pictures page. And so I'm using this. Just now, end of May, am I switching to June and July. Last week when I had parties, I had May and June in here because I wasn't even getting them to think about July. Now don't get me wrong, I will never lose a booking because they couldn't have done it in June. I will get out my big calendar and pick a date for them for farther out. But I'm always focusing here. So people are going to think about what you're talking about. So if you'll look now, you will see, okay, we're going into the end of May to June. June is full here, and I have names written in, and then whatever's highlighted in blue is days I can do parties. When we flip over to July, notice that I have nothing in the last 2 weeks of July. Okay? Particularly happens that that's because it's conference, but normally any other month, the beginning of May, I didn't have anything for the end of June either. Why do I do that? Because I want to book in the beginning of the month. When you book in the beginning of the month, you have opportunity for people to fall in love with the special and to want to be able to book. So these 2 parties, I'm going to try to get bookings for down here, okay? But I want to keep them close in my first 6 weeks. So in June, the first week of June, I am not offering them. These people don't know that I'm available. I just tell them I'm only available the days that are highlighted in blue that don't have somebody's name on. Okay? It's not highlighted. They don't want it. But I want to keep everything close. So again, working through June, my June is full in the beginning. So I will work through the next 6 weeks. That's how I get parties at the beginning of the month. So I'm not going to go through and highlight the days that I'm available at the end of July until closer to the end of June, because again, this is week 7 and week 8 from now. I am not booking out that far. 6 weeks. We cut it off at 6 weeks. So that's how I get bookings through the whole, through the entire month, and also how I keep them close. I don't highlight anything out farther than 6 weeks. So you're only going to offer them something. And I use this analogy. It's a little bit silly, but we used this at the restaurant when we did this training last week with the local team. And I just said, you know, nobody here was upset because they didn't have Pepsi, not for Coke. So nobody was upset that they didn't have Pepsi. We just offered what was on the menu. Okay, when you offer them like this, nobody's going to be upset because July 2nd they can't have July 2nd. It's not on the menu. They pick what's off of the menu. Okay? So that's how you work to keep it within 6 weeks and to keep those parties in the beginning of the month also. You don't offer the end of the month until you've already filled the beginning of the month.